This is a step-by-step guide on how to install the opengd77 software on the TYT md9600 radio. Remember that during such an operation, many things can go wrong and the radio can turn into a brick. All of the procedures listed here have been tested by me and work for my particular radio, but I cannot guarantee that the same will work on your operating system, your USB cable, and your radio. Therefore, all procedures are performed at your own risk. What will we need? The original CPS program from the manufacturer's website to perform a backup. The latest available alternative firmware, opengd77 compatible with the hardware version of our radio. The donor of the AMBE codec responsible for the DMR audio of our radio. Without this, we will not hear the sound in DMR mode. Latest Codeplug, CPS, for opengd77 software. Connect the radio to the computer. You can install the drivers manually. After installing the factory CPS from TYT, the folder with the drivers is in the same location where CPS was installed. After installing the drivers, run CPS and read the radio to check the hardware version numbers and whether everything works, and save the file with the CPS settings somewhere in the selected place on the computer disk. In running CPS, click on the keyboard combination Ctrl+T to download the radio calibration data. A table with data will appear. Click the Save Test Data button. Save the file somewhere on your computer's hard drive. After completing these steps, we are ready to install the new firmware. Disconnect the power cable from the radio or turn off the power supply. Disconnect the power supply completely by turning off the power supply or unplugging the cable. It is not enough just to turn off the radio. Make sure that the USB cable is connected to the computer. Then on the front panel of the radio, press the orange button and P1 at the same time. While holding down the buttons, turn on the power supply or connect the power cable. The backlight of the screen will start to flash. Then we run the firmware loader, which is located in CPS opengd77 in the Extras tab. There are two buttons in the program window. First, press the bottom button, select Official Firmware File, and indicate the original firmware file previously downloaded and compatible with our version of the radio. which will serve as the donor of the AMBE codec. Then click the top button. Select opengd9600 file and update, and indicate the opengd77 firmware file compatible with our version of the radio. After confirming, the firmware will start loading to the radio immediately. Do not stop this process. When the upload is finished, the message, Setting Update, will appear on the screen. Then you need to click ENT on the radio panel. Finally, in the CPS program, we enter the basic information about our station, for example call sign and DMR ID, and using the right button on the menu bar, we save the settings of the new CPS to the radio. It can even be empty without settings. If we do not do this, we will receive an error or X-only message and we will not be able to transmit. In the Radio Type tab, select md9600, go to the Extras tab, and select opengd77 support first. Select the Backup Flash button and make a backup. This will take some time, so be patient. Over 5 minutes for me. We save the reading as a file somewhere in the selected place on the computer disk. This file is necessary if we ever want to restore the factory software. Then click the Backup MCU ROM button, and also, after reading from the radio, save the file on the disk. This file is also necessary if you ever want to restore the factory software.
Q2 TAC na testach w tej chwili?
Tak, bardzo dobrze, tu OFX 50.
Ok, Stefan, dziękuję za odpowiedź. Ja tutaj przygotowuję radio i przy okazji film na YouTube, jak tutaj to krok po kroku zrobić. Fajnie, pozdrawiam. Ok, także tak, Geniu, dziękuję.
Thank you for your attention. If anyone has a problem, please write me an email. Consider leaving a sub. I need 1,000 subs to do a live stream using a smartphone, and I have an idea for such a live from the plane. More videos in English coming soon.